Everyone, welcome to Mac's Food Studio. We're here today in the beautiful Juniper Lodge making turkey hummus lettuce wraps. So this is a 10-minute recipe. It goes by really quick, so let's dig in and make them. First, I want to highlight a couple really cool ingredients. We're using Baba's Hummus today. So this is a Minnesota hummus brand that we sell at Mac and Tune. So be on the lookout for that. They're really good. And then we also are going to be using Primal mayonnaise as well. And we're going to be zhuzhing it up with some lemon juice and parsley. But it's a really great alternative to kind of the more commercialized mayonnaise that maybe don't have as much flavor. And then the final thing I want to bring to everybody's attention is the Kretschmar turkey that we're going to be using. It's straight from Mac and Tune's deli. It's freshly shaved. So we're going to be using this as well. We've got our parsley here. So in my opinion, the easiest way to cut herbs is to just find where the stems meet the leaves, cut right down the center, and then you're going to stack them. A lot of people don't use their herb stems. I'm a big fan of it though. There's a lot of nutritional value and a lot of flavor in stems. So we're going to use the whole thing and then just placing the tip of the blade down onto the cutting board and then rocking forward, almost like we're trying to fluff the parsley as we're cutting it. And we do this so that we don't crush the herbs into the cutting board and we maintain really good flavor in the parsley and don't damage any of the ends. So we're gonna turn our pan to medium-high heat. If you have a gas stove, I recommend going a little bit lower if you can. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of safflower oil. You can use any high heat oil you want though. We're just gonna add a little bit to the center. And then because it's that time of the year where people tend to be a little bit more inflamed, bloated, we're going through a seasonal transition, we're gonna add a little bit of turmeric powder and black pepper as just like a really gentle anti-inflammatory. So we're using about half a teaspoon here with just a pinch of black pepper to activate what's called curcuminoid. So that's the compound in the turmeric that acts as an anti-inflammatory. So if you hear stuff on the TV or at different pharmacies where they're talking about, oh, turmeric's a great anti-inflammatory, if it doesn't have black pepper in it, it's not gonna be effective. All right, and then from here, we're also just gonna add a little pinch of salt. And that'll just increase the flavor of the tomato, the turmeric, and it's also gonna enhance the heat in the pan so that they cook a little bit faster for us. All right, so the pan's heated up quite a bit. So now we're gonna just add in our tomatoes. I probably should have put this on a separate plate, but we'll see if I can get all of them. Awesome, okay. So our tomatoes are in the spiced oil, and now we're just gonna give it a little bit of a gentle toss in the turmeric. We're not looking to get these super, super hot. We're mainly just looking for them to start to lose their form and for the peels to crack a little bit. So I'll bring you back when they're at that state. All right, friends, we are at the stage where the tomatoes are done. They started to lose a little bit of their shape around the edges. The skin started to crinkle up a little bit. And then also a lot of the liquid dissipated, getting a little bit of a nice char on, which will give the sauce that we're putting it in really good flavor. All right, let's go make our roasted tomato hummus. All right, we're gonna put our tomatoes into one of the bowls. Have our tomatoes in the bowl, and now all we have to do is just add some hummus right on top, and then we have our kind of like mock roasted tomato hummus. So if you don't have a lot of time, you're cooking in a bit of a pinch, and you really want that nice kind of like toasty tomato flavor in your hummus, highly recommend this method. All right, so we have our hummus in the bowl. Just gonna mix it up a little bit. It has that turmeric in it, which is so good for us. It's gonna help digest the hummus a lot better too. All right, so now that we have our hummus all mixed up and made, let's make our herbed mayo. So all we're gonna do, add the parsley into the bowl first. And then we have our lemons. So we're gonna squeeze the lemons in next. I like to stick my fingers in the flesh of the lemon to make sure I get all of it out. And then if you're like me and you hate wasting lemon peels because there's so many good things in the essential oils inside the lemon peel, you can absolutely make an infused water. You can make a lemon tea with some honey. They're still good to use. There's nothing wrong with these, so use what you can, right? All right, so we have the lemon juiced into the parsley. And then we're gonna add our Primal avocado mayonnaise. Oh, so good. And we're using this mainly for a topper, so I wouldn't recommend like more than half a cup for maybe like 5-ish rolls. And then we're just gonna mix it all together. The lemon juice is really nice because it's gonna thin out the mayo a little bit. And then what we're gonna do, bring it up to our nose, give it a sniff. The parsley's not coming through as much as I would like, so we're gonna use our favorite flavor enhancer, just a little bit of salt to enhance the flavors that we just added into the mayonnaise. So much better. Okay, so we have our herbed mayonnaise, we have our hummus. Let's assemble this lettuce wrap. You're gonna take 2 butterleaf lettuces. You could also use romaine lettuce if you wanted to, or like a heartier grain like a Swiss chard leaf, something like that. You're gonna take your leaves. I do like to double wrap mine because I get kind of messy when I eat it. And then you're just gonna take a little bit of the hummus and put it on top of the leaves, spread it out a little bit. Kind of like you would with any wrap, right? You don't want a dry wrap, those don't taste very good. And then you're gonna add 1 or 2 pieces of this delicious turkey that we got. And then just a little bit of the herbed mayo on top. Or if you're like me and really like mayonnaise, maybe you add more than a little bit. And then see how it kind of looks flat and not super, super fun? We're gonna add a topper to just make it look a little bit prettier. So we're gonna learn how to cut an avocado. All you're gonna do for a sliced avocado is find the pit in the center of the avocado, turn it around on your blade, gently separate it. You wanna make sure that the avocados are not too soft. Definitely recommend getting a little bit more of like a semi-firm avocado. And then you're gonna take the avocado, slice it in half. So now avocado's in quarters. And then from the bottom, you're just gonna take the peel and start to go upward. The whole peel should release super easily. And then from here, you're gonna take, again, that bottom, turn it away from you at a little bit of an angle, and then slant your knife. And then you're just gonna very delicately slice through your avocado. Go as slow or as fast as you need to get even slices. It looks so pretty if you do it well. And if it doesn't look good, you can turn it into guacamole, so you're fine. Like that piece didn't look great, oh well. And then you're just going to pile the avocado, kind of in its sliced pattern, on top of your knife. Maybe spread it out a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And then you're just gonna layer it right on top. So we have our lettuce wraps kind of completed. The avocado looks real pretty on top, but in order to eat this properly, I do recommend folding up the sides, kind of like a taco, like a loaded taco. And then let's take a bite and see how we did, hey? Such a simple, easy lunch. Oh, try making it at home and let us know how you like it.